Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news, so here's the scoop, folks, and it's pretty intriguing. There's buzz swirling around the NFL about a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the landscape of the NFC North. And it involves none other than Derrick Henry, the star running back currently with the Baltimore Ravens, heading to our Green Bay Packers. Yeah, you heard that right. Now I know what you're thinking. Derrick Henry at this stage of his career, and the Ravens, who are in a bit of a rebuild mode, might seem like an unlikely match. But the rumors have gained some serious traction, and if they come true, it could be a game changer for Green Bay. Let's break down what's happening here. The Ravens, after a strong 7-2 start, are starting to face some tough realities. They're sitting on a cap space of around $5 million, which isn't much when you're trying to manage a roster, especially with some key injuries in the secondary and along the defensive line. The Ravens are also contemplating a bit of a rebuild on defense, especially after allowing 34 sacks so far this season. That's a lot, especially for a team that's been competitive, but it shows they're looking to shake things up. Their focus appears to be on clearing cap space, about $10 million, to bolster their offensive line, which has been a bit inconsistent this year. Now the trade idea floating around suggests that the Ravens would send Derrick Henry, along with a second-round pick in 2026 and a fifth-round pick in 2027 to the Packers. In return, Baltimore would receive a couple of draft picks, and the move would free up significant cap space, about $10 million, to help them shore up their roster, especially on the offensive line and secondary. The Ravens are reportedly looking to offload some players and picks before the November 4th trade deadline, and Derrick Henry could be an ideal piece for a team like Green Bay, which desperately needs a reliable, bruising running back to complement Jordan Love's quick-pass attack. Now, why would the Packers be interested? Well, first, Derrick Henry is a proven workhorse and a true game-changer. At 31 years old, he's still performing at an elite level, with a career rushing total of over 10, 0 yards, and 100 touchdowns. His physical running style and ability to wear down defenses could be exactly what Matt LaFleur's offense needs to elevate its ground game. The Packers have been somewhat inconsistent in their rushing attack this year, but with Henry in the backfield, we could see a significant boost, potentially adding around 500 rushing yards over the course of the season, which would be a huge help. Henry's stats are still impressive. In 2025, he carried the ball 210 times for 150 yards, averaging 50 yards per carry with 8 touchdowns. His PFF grade is around 85.6, indicating he's still a top-tier back. What makes him stand out beyond the raw numbers is his ability to break tackles. He's in the top 5 for broken tackles among running backs, with 35 this season alone, and his yards after contact are among the best in the league, with an average of 4.1 yards after contact per run. That's exactly the kind of physicality and consistency Green Bay needs to keep defenses honest and open up more opportunities in the passing game. The fit with the Packers' scheme could be seamless. Jordan Love has been developing into a more confident passer, especially with his quick decision-making and ability to find open receivers. But adding a back like Henry could take some pressure off the young QB and create more explosive plays. Think about it, Henry's ability to grind out tough yards, drain the clock, and punch in short yardage situations would complement the Packers' fast-paced, quick-strike passing game beautifully. This could translate into a 25% increase in yards gained on the ground, and with defenses focusing on stopping him, that opens up more opportunities for our receivers and tight ends. From a strategic standpoint, the trade would also have a significant impact on the division. The Packers, sitting at 5-3 and with a somewhat unstable backfield, could solidify their identity as a run-first team when needed, giving them an extra edge in close games. Their rushing yards are projected to increase by around 500 over the remainder of the season, which is a substantial boost. Plus, this move could elevate their EPA, expected points added, per run by roughly 17%, making the offense more dangerous and unpredictable. Now let's talk about the Ravens side of things. They're in a tricky spot. They're focused on rebuilding their secondary after injuries and need draft picks to help develop their young players and address positional gaps. They're also wary of their cap situation, especially with Lamar Jackson's upcoming contract extension, which will likely require a significant investment. Lamar has been solid, but under pressure, his grade has dipped to around 80. And the team needs to shore up their offensive line and secondary to keep him protected and maximize his playmaking ability. The Ravens are also trying to emulate the Titans' approach from 2023, focusing on a strong rebuild and bolstering their secondary with fresh draft picks. For Baltimore, this trade makes sense. They get draft capital that can be used to develop their young secondary and rebuild the depth they need. Plus, moving Henry allows them to free up cap space, making room for Lamar Jackson's extension and other key signings. It's a strategic move, and considering the Ravens' current position, it's a smart way to reset for the future, even if it might mean parting ways with a player of Henry's caliber. But for Packers fans, the potential arrival of Derrick Henry is incredibly exciting. It's a move that signals a serious intent to contend, to build a balanced, punishing ground game that can control clock time and wear down defenses. It's about re-establishing that identity we love, seeing our team running hard, punching through defenses, and making it tough for opponents to keep up. Plus, with the playoff picture heating up, adding a player of Henry's caliber could be the X factor that pushes us over the edge, especially in a division where the Vikings have been inconsistent and the Bears are still finding their footing. This move would also send a clear message to the rest of the NFC. Green Bay isn't just here to compete, we're here to dominate. It's reminiscent of the kind of bold moves teams like the Eagles have made, bringing in a star player and elevating their entire roster. Derrick Henry would bring that same kind of boost, not just on the field, but in the locker room as well, inspiring our offense to push even harder. The betting odds are already shifting. Before this rumor gained traction, the Packers had roughly plus 900 odds to reach the playoffs. Now those odds have improved to around plus 550, reflecting increased confidence that this team can make a deep postseason run. The addition of Henry could turn us into a legit playoff contender, especially with a more balanced attack and a defense that's starting to generate more sacks, already at 18 this season, but with the potential to do even better with more pressure in the trenches. The impact on the division and the NFC as a whole could be profound. A run game anchored by Derrick Henry, combined with Jordan Love's developing chemistry with his receivers, could make Green Bay a nightmare to defend. The defense, which has been improving, could get a boost from opponents having to respect the run more, leading to more sacks and turnovers. The NFL is all about matchups, and this trade could create new nightmares for our divisional rivals, especially the Bears and Vikings, who are both struggling to find consistency. And let's not forget the playoff implications. A run of plus 15% win probability against teams like the Bears, or even in potential playoff matchups, could be the difference between an early exit and a deep run. Derrick Henry's experience, toughness, and game-changing ability make him the kind of player that can turn a game on its head. Whether it's grinding out tough yards in cold Lambeau weather or wearing down defenses late in the game, his presence would be felt immediately. Looking ahead, this move could redefine the NFC. The Packers have always been a team that's built on resilience, grit, and excellent coaching, traits that Derrick Henry embodies perfectly. With him in the backfield, our offense becomes even more versatile and unpredictable. And for the fans, it's exciting to think about the possibilities. A strong run game, combined with Jordan Love's arm and the emerging defense, could make us a team to be reckoned with come playoff time. Now, I know some fans might worry about giving up draft picks or the cap hit, but if the goal is to contend now and set ourselves up for sustained success, this move makes a lot of sense. It's about seizing the moment, making bold choices to elevate the team and the fan base's excitement. The Packers have a rich history of making shrewd trades and strategic moves, and bringing in Derrick Henry could be one of those historic decisions that define this era. In conclusion, this potential trade isn't just about adding a star. It's about transforming the identity of our team. It's about showing the league and ourselves that the Green Bay Packers are ready to take the next step, to push for another Super Bowl run with the kind of power running game that can wear opponents down and open up everything else. It's a bold move, but one that could pay huge dividends when the stakes are highest. As the deadline approaches, all eyes are on Green Bay, and if this trade happens, it'll be a game changer for our entire division and the NFC landscape. Stay tuned, Packers fans. Big things are on the horizon, and it's going to be an exciting ride. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. Do you think Derrick Henry would be the missing piece to finally push us over the top? Or do you believe we should focus on other areas of the roster? Either way, your voice is important, and we love seeing the passionate discussions from our fan base. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest Green Bay Packers news. Let's keep the optimism high, because if this move happens, it could set the tone for a memorable season, one that might end with another trip to the Super Bowl for our beloved Packers. Thanks for riding with me through this deep dive, and as always, go Pack Go.